Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. It is the last day of 2025, and today we have our very last episode of the year. Well, depending on what we say on the show, of the Sport of Fitness podcast. And today will be all about the top 10 moments of the 2025 CrossFit Games. We have three special guests on today's show. We've got Matt Bishel joining us. We have Pedro from Coffee Pods and Wads and Mr. John Young for the spin. So without further ado, top 10 moments of the 2025 CrossFit Games coming up next.
Forging elite fitness is what we do here in CrossFit Inferno. We forge elite fitness. We have people of all walks of life, of all different levels, of all different abilities that come in here, and they see the workout every single day on the board, and every single person is doing their version of that. Doesn't matter if they're our best athlete in here or if they're brand new. They will get their ass handed to them in a way that their body is going to have some sort of stimulus or response to it that is going to make them better the next day. I don't cater to the masses. I don't cater to the small groups. I set a bar high, and we coach every single person to get their version of that so that they can attain that level. That's forging elite fitness.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy almost New Year. We have to my left, Matt Bishel, John Young, Pedro, Peter White.
I'm really far zoomed in there.
Oh, I need to figure out how to do that with my camera. But last week, Christmas Eve. This week, New Year's Eve. Got our top 10 moments of the CrossFit Games. The comments are already great, by the way.
Yeah, Chase, really quick. I did say something last week that I don't think anybody should say. It doesn't reflect the views of CrossFit or myself. I do want to formally apologize about that. We won't get into it, but I do formally apologize for that. I hope nobody takes it to heart. I mean, no offense to anybody.
What did you say?
You can go back and look at it, but my head is pounding, so I am gonna get some Tylenol real quick before we go on with the rest of the show.
All right, nice. Now we're just doing drugs on the show. That's we're leveling it up. Happy
like a
New
really
Year's Eve,
specific callback drug to take.
It's only New Year's Eve.
Yes, it's only New Year's Eve. We've got a long day to go. Welcome, everyone, joining the show today. Before we get into our top 10 moments of the 2025 CrossFit Games, which were curated by a group of individuals that are very in tune to the space, I would say. I maybe have ranked them on my own, but we're going to pull up some videos to go along with this and just walk through the top 10 moments of 2025 CrossFit Games. John may interject every once in a while of his not just opinion of the moment, of the opinion of the actual pick itself as we go through. But we started off last show about the 12 days of Christmas, and if you guys are 12 days of Christmas or not 12 days of Christmas, how about New Year's resolutions? Are you guys New Year's resolutions people? Matt?
No.
All right.
I'll come up with one though.
Yeah. Yes. Happy New Year's, everybody. John, are you a New Year's resolution person?
No, I hate them. I think it's,
you know what's funny is I didn't realize these last two shows that John and I have more in common than I imagined we would. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
You're gonna hate yourself by the end of this show.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about myself.
I'm pretty sure 90% of New Year's resolutions fails. There's a stat somewhere. I don't know how they got it, but
just make one up. It's fine. No one will check.
Fail by the end of January. By the end of January, you stop it. So no, I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolution at all. That being said, though, if you are looking to get stronger and start off the new year, great. Go to jybarbell.com. JY Barbell Fitness just launched. It's fitness training with a strength focused, still CrossFit or functional fitness, however you want to call it. And then
you can call it CrossFit here.
Okay, still CrossFit, but focused on strength. So yeah,
nice. Pedro, are you a resolutions guy?
No, I will make a list of things I want to achieve in the upcoming year, but I don't.
Does that not qualify as the same thing?
No, I'm not like, I'm going to start doing whatever, but I'll be, you know, okay, by the end of the year, it'd be great to get however many subscribers, or, you know, to grow 3 inches in height or whatever it is.
Yeah. One of those may be easier than the other.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
True. We weren't really claiming what we were talking about in terms of growing. In that vein, though, Pedro, is if you guys don't know this, but is this today the last day, John, of the subscriber challenge?
Yeah, thank you for this. I wasn't.
I just wanted to make sure everybody got their due. So John is part of the spin, which is part of the barbell spin, which is the greatest news outlet in the history of the CrossFit space. John is also the top analyst in the CrossFit Games space. There is no one better than John Young. But there is a challenge going on about subscribers to the Barbell Spin YouTube channel. John, would you like to elaborate on what said challenge is?
Sure. So it started with Peter, and Peter committed to, was it 2 calories?
To consume 2 calories per, to expend 2 calories on a machine.
So every new subscriber Coffee Pods and Wads gets, he's gonna do 2 calories on a machine. And then Spin was like, I'm gonna up him and do 3. And I was like, guys, that's easy. Like, you could do 600 calories in a workout, no problem, just like a 40-minute machine spin. And I was like, I'll do a ring muscle up for every new subscriber we put on between now and New Year's. And right now we're a little over 200.
Wow.
So it's the last day, and we'll see. And if I don't do it in 24 hours, which I think I'm going to make no problem, I think 300.
24 hours is the.
Then it doubles. So if I don't make it 24 hours, then it doubles.
John,
dude, I'm going to be done in 2 hours. It's not going to be bad at all.
John,
have you got a plan for what you're going to do when you tear your pec, or have you not thought that far ahead?
Please,
it will double. If I hurt myself, it does not matter. I will respect the doubling.
Maybe we could just do a penalty of what you didn't get.
Oh no, dude, no way.
No. All right, man. I'm just looking out for you.
I got to be motivated somehow. So,
the barbell spin is actually here. They said John is currently at 200 ring muscle ups right now.
And I think I can handle. I've done the math and what it would take. I think I can handle 300, and then I think after that it gets a little.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I don't want to agree with John again, but here I am, and it's like 1 a minute, a little over 1.5 a minute for.
What was that one.com workout where it's 1 muscle up every 15 seconds for 30 minutes or something? You remember that? It was a couple years ago, back in 2015, 2016.
No.
Where's JR Howell when you need him? Pedro.
10 years ago.
You were
10 years ago.
You are also, as John mentioned, I guess were you the patient zero of New Year's challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that. I feel like I maybe let the ball drop a little bit after saying that I was going to do this, where genuinely I would suggest that December was my least productive month output-wise of the last maybe 3 years. But yeah, I said I was going to do 2 calories per subscriber. I remember checking with Hiller first of like, this isn't stupid, is it? Like, I'm not going to just end myself by doing this. It's not going to get totally out of control. He said, no, you'll be fine. And wow, was he right. It should take me less than 10 minutes. So I think I can't remember. I told Spin yesterday. I think I have like 80 something. I got like 40 something subscribers. So I have like 80 something calories. So
okay, well,
maybe 2.5 minutes.
So it's is it 2 calories per new subscriber? That is okay.
You should just do an 80 cal echo for time.
Yes, Matt.
Hey, I just found the workout. Wednesday, 14:08:27. For as long as you can continue, up to 30 minutes, 1 muscle up every 15 seconds.
Okay.
Now, what does that come out to total? So that'd be 4 a minute for
4 times 3, 120.
120. Yeah, I got that all day. I'm hoping to be sub 2 hours because I know once muscle fatigue hits, it'll be, you're resting forever. But
is this something you're going to document?
Yeah, I think we're going to stream the whole thing, or I'll stream the whole thing on that way. Everybody knows I did it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
In a vest, yeah.
How about a challenge of every person who subscribes during your effort takes away 1 muscle up from your.
Nah, man, we got to make.
All right, or adds 3.
Yeah, maybe it adds.
It adds 1.
Yeah, it just adds 1. Yeah, we're not going to go add 3.
That would be fantastic.
You should set a number. So you said that anything under 300 is fine. So you should set a number that if I hit whatever number of subscribers while doing the ring muscle ups, I'll do 301 total.
That extends that 200 to 300 number makes it like it goes from 2 hours to like 6. Like
what's like a previous best? What's the most muscle ups you've done in a workout?
I've done 100.
Okay.
It was like an hour workout with just
I should pull that one up.
Yeah, you have a plan, Sousa. Did you see that Max Lease guy in Australia did the ultra version of Murph or whatever, where it's like a half marathon in a vest, 1,000 pull-ups, 2,000 push-ups, 3,000 air squats, a half marathon, like all in a vest. He didn't finish it. He did 1,000 of the air squats.
Good.
And then he was just
so
like fell
much
apart.
work to like not finish.
Yeah.
I mean, he like if anyone was going to finish, he would. Like, he's not the type to say, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. No,
I think he literally
the
I wouldn't be surprised if he's currently in hospital. Like, I'd say he has rhabdo in several different places.
Well, if you guys want to add to John and Pedro's totals, the links are in the chat for their pages. So please please subscribe, and please add to their totals for the year. But let's get to it. End of the year, 2025. One of the more exciting CrossFit Games in recent memory, or at least myself. But we have selected 10 moments from that weekend that we're going to rank for you guys, and we'll talk on as we do this. So is everybody ready?
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. Number 10. 1 heat down, 2 heats. No one needs to listen to that guy.
Oh, I've listened to it way too much. Thank
Number
you for that.
10. Colton Mertens and Miriam Von Rohr's 1 rep max back squat efforts on the weekend. I put this at 10. It was definitely a top moment because of the weights that they threw up were absolutely ridiculous. Also pretty cool that the winners of the Open for the last 2 years comes out and wins the back squat each. But, seeing people who are great at what they do be even better is always a really fun moment. And I mean, 1 rep maxes usually are really exciting, more on the maybe Olympic lifting side because there's some speed and who knows. But man, no one made a back squat look more fun than Colton and Miriam did.
Yeah, and I want to say I think props should go out to Nick Matthew.
Ooh.
Because Colton went first and hit 555, the easiest 555 you'll ever see. Unless a Chinese person does it, then it might look easier.
Wearing the Lu Zhongju weightlifting shoes.
Wearing the Lu Zhongju weightlifting shoes. Yeah. Making the Chinese proud. The Chinese are the best lifters.
Not just a
That
Chinese
is
person.
not offensive. They're the best at weightlifting.
With all due respect.
Yeah. All
2 for 2.
When it's praise, it's fine.
Yeah. But at least we didn't say the O word.
He watches Nick Matthews, and Nick Matthew goes for 555, and he wasn't going to do another squat if he didn't have to. And that's the most Nick Matthews ever squatted by like 15 pounds, and he hit it, and then it made Colton go for 570, which was a fantastic moment. And I'm saying that moment would not have happened had Nick Matthew not PR'd by 15 pounds. So,
dang, I want to see if I can find that.
And like Colton's literally just standing watching him. Just.
Let's see. Oh, this is.
Have you seen Olivia Reeves squat 500?
Yes, we put her on the top 10 in our 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, obviously I watched it there. That's where I saw it. But
thank you for. If you would like to unsubscribe from the Barbell Spin, the links
Is
are
this
in
a regular show? Is this on all the time?
No, just once a week.
Once a year, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, actually this is the debut of the Sport of Fitness
First
podcast.
and last.
But I had Colton and Miriam in there. They earned it. What they put up. The fun thing I thought about Miriam was she took all her numbers off her main games page, so nobody knew what she was capable of doing, as if there's not a bunch of John Youngs running around with stats just buried deep into their spectrum brain.
Dude, I actually DM'd her, and then and I was like, "Hey, I know you have 365. Are you still that strong, or was it that just then?" And she goes, "We'll see." And I was like, "All right, that's fine."
That's awesome.
I guess maybe she was probably she didn't want to call her shot and then get a cramp or something.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes.
It always happens.
We saw in our last episode the
It's my
horrible
medical
cramp,
diagnosis.
the horrible cramp that Miriam sustained at the French Throwdown that Pedro was so willing to give commentary on.
You know, technically, if you Google like the symptoms of a fit, it is muscle cramping.
Yeah, you should just go with a lower body injury.
Technically not wrong.
Multiple simultaneous cramps.
All right, let's move on to number 9. That is Jay Crouch getting his very first win at the CrossFit Games, which not only was his very first win, but got him his very first white leader jersey in Albany Grip Trip.
Yeah, he was crazy impressive. Especially, this was the last event of the first day, correct?
First event of the
second day.
First event of the second day?
Yeah, flip it.
Got it. The Jay Crouch always starts out in the top 3 for the first 2 days, like for 3 straight years. And then the last 2 days kind of withers away. He's done it very repeatedly, but he felt like he was in a league of his own in this workout. I know Callian Souza's kind of out of nowhere, but at near the end of it though, like Callian was just holding on and Jay was speeding up. It felt like he was in a league of his own in this workout.
Yeah, everything looked effortless.
Matt, you've had the fortunate position of watching all of these moments back for days now. What did you like about Jay's effort here?
I mean, I from watching this in testing and seeing how people handled it, granted it was with a different bar. I really saw people get stuck on not so much handstand walk, but I feel like the runs, people backed off the runs, but he was able to push the runs and his handstand walks didn't slow him down at all. So, I mean, the handstand walks by far and away, I thought were the most impressive. I wish he hadn't stopped for the last part.
Oh, at the very end?
Dude, fun fact about the runs, and I know we'll probably talk about the women's side later in the podcast, but Gracie Walton ran faster than Jay Crouch in 4 of the 5 legs that she ran.
Really?
You see that little monitor? I remember looking at, like, as she came out hot.
Wait, are you pulling this off of like what you saw on the broadcast stream? And just
no. What I saw when I was there, I'm behind.
Oh yeah, you were there. I forgot.
Yeah,
John, that was your first.
There.
You had VIP. How did you do that? Who let you back there?
Not
after last week.
We're so blessed. The CrossFit has blessed the whole Sevon crew, and we're
the CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit in total, just the company, and we're so blessed to even be a part of it. But Jay was running at like 7.3, and Gracie was running at 7.6 for the first 3 rounds for sure, and so yeah.
Pedro, John is talking about Callian Souza and his in this one, and he did a little bit of that throughout the weekend at random times, but I think can he be the next South American, Latin American male to maybe stick around a while and have an impact at the games, you think?
Yeah, he looked really good. I think as well, like a couple of years ago, people would have said, oh, here comes another flash in the pan that like would just be here and then gone, but he's stuck around. And I think it's crazy, like the proven group, like all of the athletes that are with them have just improved year on year, just incrementally every single time. Even Jay and Maddie, I watched this in the warm-up area where Maddie was warming up to go out, and it's just crazy watching someone who has to go out and do the same thing, watch their partner do it and try not to hit the highs that
you had a great
should.
behind-the-scenes video of that too.
Yeah. It was cool. Like he was crazy impressive. So was Souza. But it was cool watching Maddie like there at that bit where he's like trying to get the crowd going. Tia and Shane and Maddie were like, go, like, what are you doing? And he like, could he get caught
he didn't
by just doing that?
line.
Yeah. But it was fun. Really entertaining.
Yeah, to add on to Callian Souza, you're talking about improvement with Proven and what they're doing over there. His first year, he was 32nd. His second year, he was 23rd. And then his third year, he was 14th. Literally 30, 20, 10 range. And there's no signs that he's not going to continue that trend.
And, Guy has made the top 10 in the past, but that's usually due to his ability to just win events, multiple events at the CrossFit Games, where Callian's performance is more of that average, well-placing finish.
Yeah, and he's showing up
fitness.
weaknesses too. Yeah. Like he's improving things. Like he's not just getting amazingly good at the stuff that he's already good at. He's shoring up weaknesses. I think there's obviously something in the water proven, like not literally, like metaphorically. Yeah. It's a metaphorical thing in the water.
And it didn't seem like he shied away from the moment at all either. Like I feel like that's such a big moment for like young emerging athletes. If you can crack into that final group and just hang around, like your growth is exponential after that. If you can prove you can hang around.
All right, number 8.
I had a question for Matt.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
Was there a event in testing that the athletes ended up doing way better than testing? Or like way better than expected, I should say.
In testing rather than the event?
No. The event, they did better than the one, like way better than expected from testing.
So Dave was watching saying, oh, if he's getting this or she's getting this, they'll probably get around this at the games. And then it was on the day, it was like, oh, crap.
Yeah,
okay.
They were just off.
Nothing over the top. But I think if there was one, it would be the pegboard. But that also
worse done worse.
They slipped more in the testing.
No, people did better at the games.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, like hold that thought.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
That may or may not. I mean, if you guys watch the games and we're talking about top moments, that may or may not. All right, number 8, Olivia Kerstetter's finale finish to get on the podium for the first time as an elite individual female. Has been obviously her success as a teen. Everybody is aware of. I think she really made a name for herself. What was that? 21 when they had the Wonder Max snatch for everybody.
She snatched 202, and the winning snatch was like 207. Like she would have been third place in the elite women's.
Oh, I thought she had the highest.
I think maybe Guy would have been third place then with 291.
Yeah, I think Guy was.
But she snatched 202.
Yeah.
Olivia
definitely. I think that year Olivia had the highest max snatch of any athlete competing that year as a teenager.
Which shame on y'all for not snatching more than 200 pounds. That's good grief.
But Pedro, I mean, like John, you and Pedro got to be there behind the scenes, but like seeing what Olivia did in that final event, again, coming in, nobody had her in a podium spot. Maybe talk of top 10, but not podium. And for her to go out and dominate the final event just to get her on there it's like Bishop was saying, it's like one of those moments, right? We've talked about her a lot. She's never been in danger of making a big charge in the top 10. And now we see this version of her. Are we going to see this next step from this moment? Maybe
I think it's the proven thing again, right? It's like she's obviously an incredible athlete and they just know how to get the best out of her. And I think especially with this workout, it was cool. With I think Brent Fikowski put up a crazy good video just assessing her rope climbs. It might have been a semi-final workout he was looking at.
It's a really good video.
Yeah, he was going through how like at no point did she panic and she just stayed with her pattern until her pattern needed to be adjusted, and then she seamlessly adjusted it, whereas other people stick for too long at what they're doing and they don't change quick enough, or they change too quickly and too regularly and it just falls apart, or they rush. And she just had such a good beat and cadence to what she was doing. He did a really good video on it. But yeah, I think like she's ridiculously impressive, and the whole way through in the back she just looked, I mean, she's so experienced with it. It's obviously a big difference between the elite side and the teen side, but she's just been around them all for so long and around elite level athletes for so long that it just doesn't seem to phase her at all.
Yeah, and if you were, go ahead, Chase.
Go ahead, John. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this out.
If you could see her lunge, I don't know if it's on video for the game on the games site, but if you could see her lunging, you can see her just smile her way to the lunge, like everybody else is. Like noodly armed, like just struggling to hold on. She's just smiling ear to ear because she knows what this means. And just it looked very effortless on the lunge there. And then I guess I'll just continue talking.
I'm the captain now, right, guys?
Looks like looks like Chase's internet went out. Hey, what I was gonna ask is
okay, sorry.
That's fine. We didn't even notice you were gone. What I was curious about was the no jump rope climb. I don't remember. Was that the standard? I think you couldn't jump to start.
I don't think there was a standard about that because I think the men were jumping, but yeah, I agree that is something weird that you're picking up that I see with Ariel Lowen too.
Yeah, and it was something we saw in testing as well, and I was like, "There's no way on earth this is faster and more efficient." But
isn't it? Wasn't it? What year was that with the cuts where like Tim Paulson and those guys? It was that 2019 at the games, and there was a thing that people started to realize that when you're on the big crash pads and you jump, you just don't get near as you expend a lot of energy, but you don't get the gain that you would if it's just on the ground. So I think people just kind of stopped.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting to see. Like I said, in testing, I remember Scuds was all about it. She's like, "Yeah, I don't jump to do rope climbs, even off the ground."
Oh, really?
And I still, I mean,
well, something. Yeah, so like if these ropes are 17 feet, and I don't know if they're 15 feet or 17 feet, but if you know that it's going to be 3 pulls no matter what, even if you try to stretch for 2 pulls, why would you jump and then you just make the first pull super easy? They're all going to be 3 no matter what.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, Olivia Kerstetter coming in number 8. Number 7, the prophecy came true. When Jason Hopper first came on the scene, wins the MAC, and afterwards, Dave Castro, fairly unfairly at the time, said that Jason Hopper one day is going to win the CrossFit Games.
I think Dave lucked into that prediction.
I love from a guy who consistently changes the parameters around his own predictions to make sure he's never wrong.
Oh, you still got to give it to him. You still got to give it to him. I just think he lucked into it. Yeah. He could claim that, and I will not take that from him. I just think he got lucky.
Chase, what I want to know is how long ago or long before this had you locked into that final call?
They right before it started.
Okay.
Do you want to listen to it?
Listen, you guys want to? Oh man.
Yeah, because I've got some gentle feedback, but yeah, let's listen to it.
Yeah. Okay. I love gentle feedback.
Hopper holding. Sprague fighting for the podium. Can Jason Hopper hold on? Sprague breaks. The crowd is on their feet. Atlas is the name of the event. Banished for eternity by Zeus for fighting with the gods. Jason Hopper has been clashing with Titans all weekend long. He's 10 feet away from his dream.
Dude, Jason ruined Chase's call right there.
I was going to say, he did you dirty.
I was ready.
He had his headphones in too. He knew.
He held the sword of He-Man over his head. And today, Jason Hopper has the power. Hopper is the fittest man on earth.
It's a little bit over the top.
Oh, it's amazing. I think it needs
gentle feedback, please.
It was a little drawn out, but I think Hopper did you dirty. I think he did you dirty. They dropped that bar. He shouldn't have.
Totally did.
It is a risk. If you launch into something like that, it's a risk that like no rep.
Look, ask Sean Woodland about getting shortchanged on an overhead lunge to the finish line,
or a retirement,
or Tia did him dirty twice.
Chase, I loved it. I think it was amazing. I do think if I was like 60, I got 1 out of those 15 references, I think I'd be like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, I figured the demographic that's really drawn into the CrossFit Games is right about my age. So.
Yeah, no, I was rocking with it.
It was safe. Yeah. Now feedback appreciated.
Yeah, anytime.
The whole time though, when he was lunging, I was like, okay, just in case, just be ready. If he's gonna drop it, he dropped it. I was like, all right, we're good. I'll figure it out. But yeah, congratulations to Jason. John, this is I put this one up for you. because you made mention of this quite a bit. But number 6, it is Jeff Adler's final mile of Run, Row, Run. And what it took to overtake Roman Krennikov, who was well in the lead on the start of the run, but that final mile turnaround, what was the time split that Adler put up on that?
5:37, I think.
5:37.
I know Roman had a 20-second lead going into the last 2 miles. And I thought, I mean, it's going to take a lot because Roman ran the first 4 at a 6:01 pace to Adler's right at 6-minute pace. Like Roman was holding on to everything that Adler had. And I mean, I thought he would need a lead, but I just thought he did it. I thought he had it. And I mean, Jeff, and we'll see it when Jeff passes Roman because he kind of, what was interesting is I don't think Jeff is confident in his sprint at all because Ricky's dusted him on sprints time and time again whenever they're very close. And so he tries to sprint 400 meters before the finish line, thinking if I just gap him, it's over. And it's like the complete right call. It was so smart of him. But yeah, 5:37 final mile by Jeff. It cemented that he's the best runner in the CrossFit field for me, even though Ricky's done some things that like he's right there.
Yeah.
But I will give it to Jeff, I think.
Yeah, Jeff's final mile. Pedro, what about you? Jeff's final mile of Run, Row, Run.
Yeah, I think it was difficult in person to appreciate what was happening because obviously you're just seeing them taking off and then coming back.
Right.
Because I mean, I'm not running with them. You're seeing them taking off and coming back. And then you're like, wow, that actually seemed pretty quick. But it's like, it's not until you watch it back that you actually realize how athletically impressive it was.
And didn't Jeff say something about that effort to overtake Roman may have hurt the rest of his day for how hard he went?
Yeah, I think he was like, I didn't look forward to working that hard. I was kind of hoping I could just win, but freaking Roman, gosh.
Dude. So, yeah, that's number 6. Cracking in our top 5. I got to admit, this is a pure dad pick. But it is Willow Orr seeing Mom.
This is a good pick. I appreciate it.
Mom on the Jumbotron was very cool.
Can you hear the crowd in this during this?
Yeah, I could probably. I know
the crowd like kind of all together awes.
Place in event 2 to put herself in the final heat, acquitting herself very well thus far with the top individual female athletes in the sport. And there is Willow Toomey Orr.
Great call.
Looking on, as you can see, saying mama on the Jumbotron. You gotta love it. Tell you what, hey, listen, that trumps every event win she's ever had, bro.
And then she's like, look, she holding back tears.
Yeah. Look, dude, to be able to regroup, because she was falling apart at the seams to see something like that.
Yeah,
but,
I'm the least sappy person there is, and I was like, that's a pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool moment.
What I thought was really cool about that moment as well is that clip made its way on a ESPN Women's Instagram and had its own little viral moment. Yeah.
This is before the pegboard workout.
Yeah,
right?
She immediately was trash after this.
But you could argue she didn't put herself together.
Yeah. If Willow caused Tia to perform so badly.
She was just playing into the dramatics of it. She knew what she was doing.
If I was Dave, when everyone was complaining about the slipping, I would have said, I mean, you just have to look at the environmental factors. Willow ruined it for Tia.
Yeah. You know what it was? It was the tears that got on the pegboard that really ruined it for Tia.
I think Lucy paid the media to put up Willow right before.
Yeah, if you watch it back, you can see Lucy give Tia a nudge and point at the Jumbotron just as she comes up.
She does have an in with the producers and directors. She has broadcast before. It's like, hey, Rafi, will you find Willow?
Just
right when you hear the 10-second call, throw her ass up there.
And Lucy, go ahead, Matt.
Now, you want to know what is interesting too about seeing athletes with children. I mean, if you go back to, the very beginning, 07, 08, 09, like athletes, they just had kids because they were people, and then they started CrossFit recently and they had kids. And then I feel like there was like a big lull where you didn't see athletes with kids. And now it's cool to see the champ, have kids. And I'm not saying like a resurgence of it, but it's like you're seeing like the gap being filled of like, yeah, people are going to have kids now, as opposed to just like no family.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I love seeing that family part. Obviously, I'm biased as a dad, but those moments are super cool to see come onto the field in sport. But all right, number 4. Now that we're in our top 5, it's going to get even more fun. Colton Mertens' jump rope explodes at the very start of.
Brought to you by Velites for all your jump rope needs.
Poor guy. We've seen mishaps happen at the CrossFit Games, where maybe a bike or a Camille in the row in 2011 is another one I could think of off the top of my head.
I think Colton handled this a bit better.
Was it Matt? Yeah, was it Bishop? Was it Matt and Wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
Who was infamous? The one that put that together? Who were we throwing under the bus for that one? Was it Sherwood?
God, I don't know.
I feel like we know who did it, but I might be doing Sherwood a disservice by saying it's him, but we'll go with that for now. But all crossed up. So they opened with the 20 wall walks, which Colton Mertens basically did as if they were burpees. And then what was it? Right at the very start?
After the first dumbbell shoulder to overhead.
And then it was chaos after that.
The thing isn't even that big of a deal, but what made it, I think, is just how long it took to get another rope.
The confusion around what was happening.
I don't see anything in his lane.
He didn't know, but they moved it. If you remember, they said you can take another rope and bring it to the green mat, but then people picked it up. Like there was a whole kind of jump rope controversy after this. And he did a whole 100-foot shuttle run before he could get another jump rope.
I like this is right off a read. I'm probably doing too. Scan the QR code now.
He should have used RX Mark here.
2, 3.
Boom.
3 into it. 3 jumps into it.
What is that? 213.
And look, see, because he goes back to get another rope because that's where they told them to put your other rope, and it's not there. And then he's like, "Where's my rope?" And then they go, "The ropes are over here." He goes, "Where?"
Hey, look how calm he is.
And he still doesn't have one. And look, and now this guy has to run to go get one. It just took so long to get another rope.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Todd and Chuck for doing the best they could to get him something. Man, what was that? 37 seconds?
And then it was a different size rope as well then, wasn't it?
This was a speed rope, and it didn't have it wasn't like heavier, because I think a heavier rope's easier to do single or double crosses.
Oh, yeah.
And so he kind of struggled with the speed rope that was given to him.
Has it ever happened to you guys?
Not something I need to worry about, Matt.
Happened to me the other day. I've got an old Buddy Lee jump rope.
Wow.
That thing
Buddy Lee's a callback.
Yeah, that thing falls apart every other time I use it. But I mean, it's also 15 years old.
Yeah, you still can't leave it. That is. But shout out to Colton. That was the professionalism on display that he had was incredible. But which brings us to now our top 3. And almost missed that. It is what we were mentioning earlier, the pegboard.
Hey, can we watch that Die Hard pitch meeting? After the top 10.
Actually, have you seen those pitch meetings? They're actually really fun.
No.
They're really good.
Just looks slick. Look at it.
It looks fine.
You can actually see the shimmer. You can see the shimmer of the oil.
Matt, that's a slip and slide if I've ever seen, Matt.
Oh, the pegboard.
It looks fine.
Yeah, we all saw it. This is actually hitting Mike Arsenault about the slickness of the peg. I'm just kidding. That is not what he was talking about. Yeah, listen. The pegboard. Everybody saw it. We all talked about it. You know, it had its thing. Did it disrupt the end results? I'd say
That is a great mustache behind Lucy there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dang.
Honorable mention.
Oh, that was Taylor.
Hello, hello. But yes, the pegboard. Any thoughts that won't get me in trouble?
Yeah, so this is the one, John, you're asking that I think athletes did better on the day of as in testing. So for instance,
You must have some trash people that tested this workout then.
I mean, this guy off the street, Ben Smith, literally went and got Mexican food and then went.
Ben Smith, you need to get better at pegboards then, man, because I know about 10 people who would have went way faster. Just go ahead.
So up to that point, no one was really doing touch and go on the pegboards. But Ben came out and did, I think, for the first. It was what was in the workout? I can't. Was it 4, 3, 2, 1?
For the women, it was 4, 3, 2, 1. For the men, it was 5, 4, 3, 2.
That's right. Yeah. So Ben did. Well, he did a bunch of different there were so many variations of this one, and event 6 and 7. There were crazy variations leading up to it. But Ben did a set of 4 unbroken on it, and it was like, holy shit. It was like the doors opened in the barn, the lights shine down. It was like, wow, I didn't know anybody could do that. And then you see in this, I mean, Hopper was doing touch and go, a lot of the time.
So I think legless.
He was doing legless up in the ante. So I mean, I don't know if it was like the moment of people's familiarity with it, if the height really didn't make a difference. But I think I saw there was more variance in this than in testing or in this event than others.
Yeah. Some people blew up. Some people didn't.
My thoughts on it are that I don't even care that it was a deal. Like, I think the winner won. I know for a fact there are people that got like screwed that are way better at pegboards that got way worse than people that they routinely would destroy in pegboard.
There's nothing to do with the
workouts.
pegboards though.
But I don't care that that's a thing. I just think it should be agreed upon that it was a thing. and then hang
on, John. It is agreed upon.
Oh, some mental gymnastics there.
Adapt and overcome, right? If you get screwed in a workout for whatever reason, it's you adapt and overcome, and you go on with your games. It happens to people all the time. Fraser's back fell out of his backpack, and he got penalized a minute for 10 seconds. Like, it's fine. It happened, but I do think it is a thing.
Sport.
I don't know why it was a thing, but it was.
Everybody does agree it was a thing, though, John. The's just like it's just Matt and Dave are the only two people left.
I need Dave Castro and Matt Bishel to say it was a thing.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this again, and I swear it's gonna be the last time I say it this year. I agree with John. And I think you need to overcome. Okay, so if Tia had the crap end of the stick on this.
Why are you saying it? What was though? We're literally looking at it happening right now.
Dude, people were thinking, dude, she's 3 months pregnant. That's why she doesn't want to strain her abs on a pegboard. That's what we thought was going on.
Dave isn't going to watch this, Matt. It's fine. Just you can just talk freely.
Hey, I'm being honest. I think it's sport. You have to overcome, and there are things that happen that don't go in your favor, and it's like, so be it. That's where I stand on it.
Fair.
So my statement will be no statement. Thank you, John.
How about things that are in your control as we move to number 2, and that is Jason Hopper and running Isabel.
I think this made the games for the men.
I agree. Do we want to watch the whole thing and get the drama of it?
No, let's just watch
the very end.
Yeah.
All right, this was a great one that during testing when when James Hobart was doing it, it was really when this thing came together, because the weight was all over the place before. I think it was like 135, might have even touched 115 at one point.
Wow.
185. I think it was a clean at one point. But I think there were issues with like judging wasn't really as clear as it could be with the snatch, but that finally there was, I think Rafa and James were going head to head, and they pegged it at 155, and James did them all. Yeah, he did them all unbroken. And that was like the moment where it was like, oh, okay, this is where the weight needs to be. And I thought it was an extraordinary event, kind of like the next evolution of like the snatch ladder.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think this event was perfectly programmed. Because it's only as hard as the intensity that you can bring to it, and the intensity that they were bringing to it made people get to failure at the last barbell, where if they went 95%, none of them would fail any of this. But you would talk about last show where you were like, I respect the going for it.
Yeah.
This is where I respect the going for it, even though it almost cost him the games on Jason, because this is the intensity that you had to have to stay competitive in this workout.
It was beautiful.
Pacing it just the way he needs to be
I
in a
think the weight was
position.
And it's cool how it incentivizes you to push the run.
Last 6 reps as Hatfield is ahead of the pace set by Tudor Magna.
He might be fine
on
this
the bar
time.
at the same time as Sprague. Hatfield was only 10 points out of third. That man was James Sprague. Hatfield has gone back to back on Sunday, and Jason Hopper got 2 no reps. Oh no! Crouch is in. Ricky is in.
Amazing snatch. Love the below parallel.
Disaster. Unbelievable. That is why we play the game all the way through the final rep.
You think that last save saved in the games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do, because
he loses 50 points.
I don't even think it's the points. I think mentally, if he missed it again, it's just like before that event.
Workout though.
Yeah, but
before that event, before the next event, and before the last event, he was whiter than his leader's jersey and like barely speaking in the back. Like he was clearly really impacted by the last chunk of Sunday. And I don't know if he had missed that last snatch, I don't think it's like, you know, I think it really mattered that he got that last one psychologically.
Yeah, I think he was in the running with the top 5 guys, and then he missed 2 snatches. He still got 11th in that workout. So if he misses another one and has to regroup, let's call it 6 seconds. Okay, 6 more seconds, and he's 18th place.
Damn.
11th to 18th in the 30-point scoring format. He would have been 30 points, 30 to 35 points less. And then if we just see what that is, I mean, he might even be off podium. 30 points less, he'd be 757. Yeah, he's 4th place, tied with Dallin Pepper.
Dang.
That's what that last snatch did for him, because this event, the placement of the event, I think is just as good as the event in itself, because this event is just so volatile that 6-7 seconds. I'm sorry for doing that. I didn't mean to do it.
Okay.
6 seconds is a matter of 30 points, right? And that last snatch absolutely saved his podium.
And Pedro, you were there. Like, what was it? If like those who weren't in the, like, we get this emotion just from seeing it on a screen, but what happened when those started to drop in the crowd was
it's, you know, one of those, have you ever read about like mass hysteria, like those kind of things? But there was a bizarre collective sharp intake of breath and holding of breath, and then a second when he missed the second one and landed like flat on his ass, there was like a oh shit from the whole arena, basically, including the people who are chasing him, thinking, oh shit, like I've got a shot. But yeah, it was like falling on his ass was the cherry on top of the you know, if he just like got spat out twice, like whatever, but the fact that he landed on his ass just really compounded it, I think.
Yeah, there is some like manhood that gets defeated when you're on the ground and everybody else is snatching. You're physically trying to get up and everybody else is running to the finish line.
Just falling over is embarrassing anyway. Like it's just like not pleasant to fall over. Especially at that kind of moment.
It was such a struggle to get that last try. I think the only one that went below parallel of any athlete.
Dude, and you think about it's funny now because he did win. if he ended up not winning, let's say he failed one more and he ended up 4th place, right? Can you imagine the choke of the all of CrossFit? That would be the worst choke of all time.
I would have been.
I'm so happy that he won.
My 2000 regional performance would have finally been dethroned.
You're the only one who cares about that.
Greatest competitive choke of all time.
But imagine him facing into
pick on someone else now.
Imagine him facing into a full year of just being asked about that, of talking about that, of the 4th 2 years in a row, of having it within your grasp and losing it, and then the impact that has on the next season and the next time you're in that sort of position where something goes wrong, and everybody's thinking, oh, he's going to choke again.
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy that he sealed the deal.
I mean, that replaces Rich's rope climb.
Rope climb, man.
Yeah, but
if. All right, final one, gang, is we went to the most electrifying moment for the men, to the most electrifying top moment of the 2025 CrossFit Games. John, would you like to pick or place a bet?
It has to be the Queen Slayer.
It does indeed have to be the Queen Slayer. Lucy Campbell, back from injury after 2 years, wins Albany Grip Trip, breaking Tia on a handstand walk and taking her jersey. The only person to ever do it in a competition that wasn't in the first event of the weekend. The only other person that did it was Carrie Pierce in second cut at the 2019 CrossFit Games. Other than that, no one has actively took it off Tia in the middle of the CrossFit Games.
Because we always start out with a swim or a run. This is a prime example of the events don't make the CrossFit Games. The athletes make the CrossFit Games. Dave says that all the time. And if you just look at this on paper, it looks like a pretty hard workout. Like it's going to be one of the harder workouts of the games, right? But the excitement that this brought, the race, that the back and forth between Lucy and Tia the whole time, Tia breaking, Haley ended up passing Tia too.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. This was the moment of the games, the number one, because if you could hear the crowd when Tia comes down.
Oh yeah.
The crowd, it was the crowd. It was an audible gasp. It was like the iPhone first got invented gasp whenever you scrolled on the thing.
Pedro, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's I feel like there's been a lot of these sort of culmination of moments for Lucy Campbell in the last 12 months. Like she was back in Marbella, her first event back. She wins it. She wins Waterpalooza.
It was in December, wasn't it? So this is basically like 12 months of Lucy.
October, we'll say. Around end of October, I think. So she has that Waterpalooza. She has, this type of moment here, the leader's jersey, and this, it's just, it's crazy impressive the amount of adversity that she's had and the amount that she's had to overcome, and the way that she's done it. And she's just so humble with it and just keeps her head down and keeps working. And then she gets rewarded with moments like this. It's pretty crazy. It couldn't happen to a better person, I think, as well.
Yeah, not very often in the women's competition have you seen the moment where are there cracks in the armor? And so for there to actually be one, it's like, oh, wow, this could be a different outcome.
I don't even know if it's a crack. It was just Lucy cracked her.
Not trying to discount.
Still got third.
It's basically like someone kicking a door and everyone else saying dude, it's not going to open. Yeah. And then it's just cracks. It's
and then you hear a crack. Yeah. I think the in Rocky IV where he cuts Drago for the first time. She's not a machine. She can be beaten. You just can't be afraid to do it, and you're going to have to hurt a lot, more than everybody else ever, and probably be punch drunk.
And the lead up to it the whole time, this cat and mouse, kick up at the same time, rest, look over at each other. And really for the first time, which I thought was interesting, is that we know Lucy hasn't been able to train on her hands for a while. And that, or they have the moment where Tia breaks, but then you have.
Can we play that live? Can we listen to
I
it?
can back that up. But then you have Tia, who is notoriously not great. Like, well, I'll say handstand walks wasn't her best movement.
Sure.
But during the first 3 rounds, I was like, oh shit, Tia got good at handstand.
Beneath her, Tia decides to almost waddle her walk. She pivots her shoulders slightly. This is just a little bit of energy bleed, and both these women are at their threshold.
Here we go, baby.
Let's go.
Chase, you're such a dork.
Now, Tia has been walking faster than Lucy, but Lucy is starting to pull away, and Tia breaks. Lucy Campbell is done as she starts round number 5.
That's that like snapping of the band thing that Hinshaw always talks about, isn't it? Like Tia looks up, takes a break, looks up and goes, oh crap, she didn't stop. And then sees how far she's gone ahead. She's like, oh, like I'm never getting her now.
Man, that was wild. You always, but on the flip side of that is what's going through like Lucy's head when she gets back on the runner.
Oh, she's
right?
feeding on.
You know what I mean?
You got a surge of adrenaline.
Just like the NOS hits, but then I mean, I've been, not to say I've been in Lucy's or Tia's shoes, I haven't, but I in a much smaller way, you've been in those moments where like, oh no, I'm in the lead, right? And I mean that. Oh no, you're like, oh, what do I
Yeah, it's mine to
now I have
mess up.
something to
as
lose.
opposed to-
First of all, it's like, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to chase her. There's no pressure on me. Now I'm in the lead. Tia just broke. Now all eyes are on me. How do you handle that as an athlete?
Oh, I think of it more like, and I think everybody's felt this if they've just done a CrossFit class, where there's a person that you usually compete with that's about your skill level. And then when about 4/5 of the way the workout ends, you see the moment of break, and then you almost like suck the life out of them. Like you feel so much better because they just broke.
True.
And then you can go faster. And then it's like you're feeding off of their failure. And I think everybody has felt that. I don't know what you would call it, but everybody's felt that moment where you get this surge because the person you're competing with just broke. Or you've been the person that breaks and then you get pulled away from.
I
more
have
often
someone,
than not,
I have
I'm
someone
the
in
one
my
that
head for
breaks.
that too. Like I think everybody can think of someone, and I have. Shout out to Grandma Joan. I can think.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's like, you want this thing so badly. You want it, and then you finally get it. And how do you react to that? Because I mean, I think I side with John, or pardon me. Yeah, thank God. With Chase on this one. It's like I'm like nervous to lose it that I have it now. As opposed
I think
to
everybody
like,
watching was nervous for Lucy. Like you're excited for her, but you're like, oh God.
Oh
like,
no, I was over. I was like, it's over. The second she broke, I was like, Lucy won.
Yeah, but it's still Tia. Do you know what I mean? There is that doubt. And I think as well, it because it's so rare that this has happened, I think that adds to it. Like that not enjoying losing, but that Tia is loving being pushed and loving like the challenge, that it's not just like a walk in the park and I can just piss home and it's fine. Like that there's a bit of like, okay, like this is serious.
I think she's loving it the next event. I don't think she's loving it here.
I think up until she broke the handstand, she was loving it.
You know what?
Going back and forth.
I think she's scared of Lucy, and that's why she's like, Shane, we need to have another child because I don't want to get beaten at the CrossFit Games, and this will be a solid way. I don't care that I've won 8 times, and I'm the.
They went right back to the hotel after this event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, let's listen to the end of the call.
Lucy has plenty of time for the time to beat. She just has to focus on Tia. Lucy Campbell's on her hands again. Lucy Campbell has been at a competition for 2 years. She's won 3 events since she's returned. She's beat a previous champ, and the Queen Slayer, Lucy Campbell, takes down another one.
That was a better call than the Hopper one.
It was a much better call. How long do you have that one in the bag?
0. I just said it right when.
No, that's why it was
bullshit.
Great. That's why it was great.
Yeah. So, congratulations to Lucy Campbell for getting our.
Isn't it funny? Sorry, Chase, but isn't it funny when you watch something like that and it sort of just looks anticlimactic because of the way the event is set up? that there's just like photographers there, and Lucy's just like high-fiving herself because there's just nobody around. She's just like, yeah, like just this a wall that her energy can't get to because it's just like a void. It is Lucy's crazy impressive. Like, it's really good. And I think as well, the last thing about her is that, like, so she celebrated that was really impressive, and she celebrated it, and it was an event win, and it was at the CrossFit Games, and she beat Tia. And then you watch her at Rogue, and she celebrates the same, if not more, for a workout where she finishes like middle of the pack, but it's something that she didn't think she could do, or it's something that like she exceeded her expectations at, and it's as if she's won every CrossFit event of the year in that moment with the kind of expenditure of energy she has afterwards. I think that's like, you can see that she clearly loves competing and clearly loves the feedback and stuff, and it's cool to see.
Well, it's someone who almost had it all taken away from them.
Yeah.
Right. She spent her entire, I would say, new career post swimming and endurance to get to the CrossFit Games. And she does it in 2022. She wins 2 events, and like, she's on the up and up from that, and then spends 2 years with doctors basically telling her, is like, no, you'll never like compete again. You should just be lucky if you have full use of your hand again.
She wound up commentating, guys. I mean,
yeah. I mean, shoot, we put her on the broadcast, and she was actually very
put out
good
to pasture.
Yeah, that's where they put us to die. It's like, all right, you're done. Welcome to the broadcast. And to see that from her, and as you guys said, is that what she's done since the CrossFit Games, exceeding in events and competitions where I would say the programming doesn't match what her skill set is, and yet still finding a way to podium or get top 5. And, you know, Pedro, you just had your end of the year show, which you guys should watch, is the end of the year awards. And not to spoil it, but there's a reason why she's the best top performing female athlete for the 2025 season. And that just with everything that she's done. And I'm excited for her. Obviously, Tia stepping away, so who knows what the landscape for the females will be next year for the 2026 CrossFit Games season, but I might be more excited than ever. And Lucy Campbell's at the top of that list that I think could win, because she spent 2 years just trying to use her wrist again. Now she's had a whole year of competition. I mean, you can be more battle tested and prepared for a new season without Tia than Lucy, in my opinion. And now she gets to train and compete versus rehab.
Yep. Stay tuned.
That's not really a hot take.
CrossFit Games Mountain.
Oh yes, John. When does the you have the
be
infamous Games Mountain? When does that start?
It won't be for a minute. Probably after the opening.
All right. Well, folks, thanks for joining us on a New Year's Eve. I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Pedro, John, Matt.
Chase, I got one more thing.
Oh, please.
I've come up with New Year's resolution.
Oh. Yes.
I've also subscribed to the Barbell Spin with 3 different YouTube accounts. So I'm gonna try to drink. I'm gonna try to drink more Ovaltine. That's what I'm gonna.
There we go.
I'm gonna try to give that a shot.
Okay.
It's delicious.
I also have a resolution. I'm going to work extra hard at my media company, Media Launch, which is aimed at creating advertisements and media for companies that need some assistance in that.
What about podcasts?
Doesn't pay the same.
No, I mean, does Media Launch also help content for podcasts or content
anything? Podcasts, like Ovaltine, Nestle. If you need some help reaching the CrossFit crew, you know, we speak lingo. We know how to speak to your audience.
Nice.
Chase, how about you? What's your resolution?
So I have a CrossFit resolution, and it is to start coaching in the CrossFit affiliate again.
Cool.
I started training in the CrossFit affiliate again. I've been in my garage. Once I closed my gym, I just went to the old school evolution of CrossFit and just went back to my garage. That didn't work out fitness-wise for me, so I went back to the affiliate in the Open in 24, and now I want to start coaching. Just get on a regular coaching schedule again. And then I would say, I don't know if this is a resolution, but this is a first in a decade. And so I have to put it out there, because if I don't, then I won't give it its full go. I qualified for the Fittest experience in the 40 to 40.
Whoa.
And I will be taking the competition floor for the first time in a decade at the end of January in Austin, Texas. So,
dude, we should.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be able to watch you, but I'm excited.
So I got a month to not embarrass myself like I did the last time I competed as an individual on the competition floor.
Dude,
so that's
I have like 15 people coming, so we'll.
Do you really?
We'll all celebrate. Yeah, I got a lot of people that I train, and then I'm on a team with a couple of grid boys.
Nice.
Not taking it serious whatsoever. We're just out there.
Yeah, I'm trying not to take it serious, but no, I am. I don't want to make a fool of myself.
I'm excited, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
My New Year's resolution before we log off, I would love to get to 100 subscribers for JY Barbell Fitness. JYBarbell.com. It's $25 a month. Super cheap. 2 weeks free. 2 weeks free the second you sign up. JYBarbell.com. $25 a month. Go get it.
You guys heard it. So if you guys want John to get Rhabdo, please subscribe to the Barbell Spin. If you want Pedro to get fitter, please just prescribe to Coffee Ponds and Wads. Matt Bishel, it's good to see your boy out there. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. I know it's the holidays, but listen, we all here because we love CrossFit and we want to make sure that we keep it going. And obviously, I appreciate the opportunity to be here on this podcast and being a host of that. It's fantastic, and I'm looking forward to a new year. So you guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Happy New Year.
Are we going to